Well, all right.
Welcome back to As It Should Be. Paul Berlino here, and, well, I have over here Crystal Durant.
What up?
I have over there Tommy Von Voigt.
What down?
We're in the world famous As It Should Be studios.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's 1966.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get our kicks.
1966, yeah, kicks.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. KIX.
KIXXX.
KIX.
No, we're not quite there yet.
Not quite there yet. The world's foremost breakfast cereal metal band. But, all right. Well, but now we're going to talk about 1966. We're going to talk about our favorite albums of 1966. And I get to start.
Yes.
Woo! Right? You started the last one. Yeah,
Yes,
I started.
correct.
Okay.
Your turn, yeah.
Do it!
Light it up. Do
All right.
it.
Let's see if I can be a little less long-winded than I was last
Read
episode.
off
Let's
your
see.
list!
Let's find out. Well, I'm going to tell you this much. I have 27 honorable mentions. Small Faces, Small Faces. The Feel of Neil Diamond. Ooh. Watch Out by Martha and the Vandellas. Dusty Springfield, You Don't Have to Say You Love Me. The Animals with Animalization. The Byrds with Fifth Dimension. Nina Simone with Wild as the Wind, and Nina Simone with Strings. Tim Hardin, One. Ooh, what an album. Sammy Davis Jr. / Buddy Rich with The Sounds of 66. Chad and Jeremy, Distant Shores. Love and Spoonful, Daydream. Bee Gees, Spicks and Specks. I don't want to pull out the album. And then along comes Association. Mamas and Papas with the self-titled second album. Stevie Wonder, Uptight. Sergio Mendes and Brazil 66 debut album. Smokey and the Miracles, The Way We A-Go-Go. Paul Revere and the Raiders, Midnight Ride. Paul Revere and the Raiders, The Spirit of 67. Dylan, Blonde on Blonde. Tom Jones with Atomic Jones.
Atomic Jones.
Yes. Buffalo Springfield's first album. Love Decapo. I don't know how you pronounce that. Love's first album. Yardbirds, Over, Under, Sideways, Down. And The Who, A Quick One.
Yeah.
While he's away?
While he's
away, yes.
Yeah, While Happy Jack is away. Okay. All right, so there you go. That's merely my list, my honorable mentions list, but now I'm going to get onto my official top 10s, and coming in at number 10, the Rolling Stones with Aftermath.
Oh.
Yeah, finally the Stones actually make the list. They've been toiling in honorable mentions lists for years now, or for a couple of years. Yeah, this is the first great Stones album. And in my opinion, I mean, you know, this one kind of has flaws, but I mean, it has two bum tracks, Going Home, which is really terrible. Well, not terrible, but it's like an 11-minute blues track that just gets boring. It takes up so much real estate. There's so many other songs they could have put on the album in place of that, but I mean, come on. I mean, it has Paint It Black, Stupid Girl, Lady Jane, Under My Thumb, Don't You Bother Me, and Think. That's side one. Okay, so yeah. This is an absolutely great Stones album. And number 9, the Everly Brothers, with my very favorite Everly Brothers album, Two Yanks in England. Oh man, this album is absolutely incredible. It's just, the gorgeous Everly Brothers vocals combined with that mid-60s British beat group backing.
Yeah.
Yes, please. I mean, okay, so basically it's like the Hollies backing them. It's the Hollies as the backing group. Half the songs are Hollies songs that they brought in, and it's just bam, 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 bam. It's nearly a perfect album. It has a song called Fifi the Flea on it, which is the one bum track. But outside of that, this album is stunningly good.
Yipes.
Okay. Number 8, the Mamas and the Papas. If You Can Believe Your Eyes and Ears. Whoo, man. What a record. There's so many groups who have, only so many albums, who existed only in the 60s, didn't really go too far past that, whose first album is absolutely the one. And this is one of those groups. I mean, their other albums are good, but
that is a gem.
I mean, Monday, Go Where You Want to Go, California Dreamin'. I mean, and great album cuts like Straight Shooter and Got a Feeling and Somebody Grooving.
Yeah.
Absolutely great album. The album title was coined by Lou Adler, the producer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, because, If You Could Believe Your Eyes and Ears, like he thought that the way they looked and the way they sounded was kind of a little at odds with one another. I don't want to go into the whole toilet cover thing. But okay, number 7.
Right.
The Mothers of Invention with Freak Out.
Freak Out!
Yeah, the debut Mothers of Invention album. by far the best Frank Zappa related record in my book, because it's also the first double album in rock, or one of them. I can't think of one that's earlier, and it's it's a debut double album. How did he finagle this? Who was like, oh, okay, yeah, this weird ass Frank, oh yeah, double album, sure. We don't know if his records are going to sell.
What label was it on?
Verve.
Oh, okay. Well, they took chances with people.
Yeah, but still, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing is that makes this album above the other Zappa records for me is that it's the best collection of songs. His other albums have a tendency to kind of go off on these little flights of fancy and have all these little soundscapes and stuff. Like, this is just, like, great songs.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of goes off at the end. Like, the last 2 tracks are these really long tracks that you would expect from Zappa, but until you get to that point, it's just, like, a really strong set of concise pop tracks, really.
You're not into Zappa, are you, Tommy?
Not at all.
Have you listened to this particular album?
No.
If there's one album by him you might like, it would be this.
Yeah.
Try it.
It's not like the other Zappa stuff. Like, it's really just good 60s straight ahead stuff, you know.
Yeah, I mean, every time I've ever heard any Zappa, I always just come away from it saying, well, this is clearly not meant for me. So knowing that he's got about 80 fucking albums to go through, I just haven't really bothered to listen to the entire discography. But,
just listen to this one.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Okay.
Yeah, Freak Out is a great one. Okay. Number 6. Jefferson Airplane Takes Off. Oh, that's what I was supposed to put back there. Oh, well. Jefferson Airplane Takes Off, the first Jefferson Airplane album, came out in August 1966. It's a little folk rocky, but there's still a little bit of, what's to come with the whole San Francisco sound. It's no secret. Come Up the Years. Oh, Run Around, Don't Slip Away, Blues from an Airplane. Absolutely love that record so much. Number 5. The Monkees.
Yes.
The debut Monkees album. Yeah,
Yes,
the first
yes.
album. Saturday's Child. Tomorrow's Gonna Be Another Day. Papa Jean's Blues. Taking Giant Step, which is possibly my favorite album or song on the track. Take 2. Which is possibly my favorite song on the album. Last Train to Clarksville, Sweet Young Thing. Now, see, with this album, the thing about it is that I wish that Theme from the Monkees was not on the record.
Yeah.
Really?
I agree.
Yes, I think it cheapens the record.
It does.
Having like a TV theme as the opening, it makes it seem like it's a children's record or something.
Yeah.
That album, that shouldn't have been on the album. There should have just been like All the King's Horses or something should have been
Especially because they were trying to be serious musicians and not this cartoony thing.
Well, they kind of weren't at that point, but still,
Well, there's no way they would have had any kind of pull to have that.
They
song
wouldn't have had the
Yeah.
pull for that at that time.
I mean, I could understand why they would do that because they want as many kids as possible to buy it. And it's like, oh, I love that show. Oh, the theme song.
Yeah.
But it should not be on there. I agree with you.
Yeah, I think I mentioned this in a previous video. Even the Brady Bunch albums don't start with the fucking Brady Bunch theme.
Yeah.
You know, so come on. But anyway, so number 4.
It's a tie! Yeah!
It's a tie. Yeah, well, my one and only tie for this year. And that's Simon and Garfunkel with Sounds of Silence and Parsley, Sage, Rosemary, and Thyme. Yeah, Sounds of Silence. Simon and Garfunkel down there. Yeah, oh my god, these 2 records. I didn't really get into Simon and Garfunkel until I was in high school. I have spoken a little bit about my friends Saul and Caesar, who were kind of like my older friends of mine, who were they were like older brother types, and they really turned me on to a lot of music. Well, the Sounds of Silence album, their younger sister Sylvia turned me onto this album. I mean, of course I knew about Simon and Garfunkel because in the 70s as a kid, everybody had the Greatest Hits album, and I would hear all those songs, and you knew all those songs. But the first time I actually sat and listened to an album by like a proper Simon and Garfunkel album was the Sounds of Silence album, because Sylvia said, you should check this out. I just bought this and it's actually really great. I took it home and I listened to it, and boom, instant Simon and Garfunkel fan. And that album actually was kind of cobbled together really quickly. It was a rush job because when they put out Wednesday Morning 3 a.m., it didn't sell. And they kind of broke up and went their separate ways. And Paul Simon went to England and put out a solo record. Art Garfunkel went to school. And then Tom Wilson, the producer at Columbia, went, this folk rock thing's happening. He grabbed Sounds of Silence off of Wednesday 3 a.m., add a backing track to it, and put it out. And it became a huge hit, and said, all right, you guys,
Get back here.
get your ass back here and make an album around this. And like, oh,
Shit.
we're Simon and Garfunkel again? Okay, and there you go. And the rest is history. But yeah, Parsley Sage. Oh my God, Scarborough Fair.
It's
That
so,
song alone. But it also has Homeward Bound and 59th Street Bridge song.
It's so astounding to me, their harmony. It's just like, how is this even possible? You know what I mean? Especially Parsley, Sage, Rosemary, and Thyme, because the backing track is so off in the distance, and the vocal really shines. You know, even with the chimes and the guitar or whatever. But you're listening to it, at least me anyway, and I'm thinking, how is this happening? How do they sound like this? How do these strangers get together and make this?
Right.
How do they get it so perfect? Their harmonies are so incredibly perfect. It's mind-blowing to me. Still, even when I listen to it now, it's like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, they had
crazy.
known each other. They both grew up in Queens, and they were friends from like elementary school, I think.
Yeah.
So they'd been singing and loving the Everly Brothers and all that kind of stuff.
But
since
still,
way
it's
back.
like, what sorcery
Right.
But
was going on?
But loving the Everly Brothers is not enough. You have to have the special ingredient. They had it. All right. Well, number 3, the Kinks, Face to Face. Oh man, the 4th Kinks album, and this is like where their Baroque pop music hall period begins. This is like the first Kinks masterpiece. Sunny Afternoon, Rosie Won't You Please Come Home, Party Line, Dandy, Too Much on My Mind, Fancy, Holiday in Waikiki. This is an incredible record, and I love it.
As it should be.
But my top 2, whoo-hoo, I bet you don't know what my top 2 records are. There's no way.
For 1966?
6? I have not a clue.
I can't
can't.
imagine.
See, I put this
Again.
back to, you know what?
could it be?
Amazingly, one of them is not back there.
Oh,
It's over there.
Oh.
But which one is it? Number 2, Pet Sounds by the Beach Boys. Yeah, merely number 2. It's not a tie. Yeah, I mean, I don't even need to say anything about Pet Sounds. We all know about this record. We've heard and read. You've heard about it. You've read about it.
listen to it.
But I will say the thing about Pet Sounds is that a lot of people kind of have a tendency to kind of run in the other direction, because there's so much. People go on and on about it, and people kind of tend to put it on such a pedestal. And I know for me personally, when I first gave it a listen, because people were going so crazy over it, my expectations were so high that when I first put it on, I was just like, what's the big deal?
And then...
But the thing is that I kept going back to it every once in a while, because the thing is people that I knew who were older than me, like we're talking back in the 80s when I was in high school, I had like Kenny and people like that and Harlan, who were such huge advocates for this record, and I just thought, I don't even like the Beach Boys. But I respected their opinions so much, and they were just so like, no, you don't understand. This is like better than some Beatles albums. I'm going, really, guys? So I kept going back to it, and there came a point where it finally hit me. And the fact is, when that record finally gets under your skin, it's just like, oh, got it. But it took a while, and I've been indoctrinated. Okay. All right.
You were groomed by Kenny and Harlan.
But number 1, third.
Oh, look at this.
What?
I'm so surprised.
No way,
Revolver.
man.
You don't say.
That can't be possible.
This is an honorable mention, right?
Yes, this is my number 1 honorable mention.
Ah.
Well, I'll be honest. I had to sit there and decide, am I putting Revolver at 1 or am I putting Pet Sounds? I actually had to think about it, but in the end, Revolver gets it. Yeah. But,
Okay.
yeah, and again, I don't need to go on about Revolver because
Go to the Beatles
it's the
episode.
Beatles, it's Revolver. But anyway, yeah, so that's my 1966 list.
That's a great list.
And
Even your runner.
here's our 1966 commercials.
Did you know the world is being taken over by synthetics? No. Yeah? I'll bet someday we even have synthetic food like fake steak or sham lamb. How awful. There's one real thing left, though. Breck shampoo. You know, it's the only leading shampoo that doesn't have a synthetic detergent base. Is that why it's so gentle? Sure. It never over-cleans, and it won't leave your hair frizzy and synthetic looking like an unlive doll. You know, that's the thing about Breck Hair Set Mist, too. It doesn't make you look synthetic. What do you mean, Patty? Well, it's got a new filtered formula. You see, when you put it on, you don't see big globs of hairspray. And it doesn't feel stiff or sticky, like Sally in English class. Her hair looks like wood.
Why don't you tell her about Precaire Set Mist?
What? And have everyone as beautiful as us?
Well, all right.
Okay.
We're
Tommy?
back.
Bring us a list, will you?
TTV.
A list about just any old thing?
No.
Well, preferably albums from 1966.
Yeah.
Oh, I got one of those.
Okay, no, you don't have a singles list, do you?
Oh, it's all
Because there's a
singles.
note over there telling you that it's albums.
Oh no. Okay. I'll just name all the albums that these songs are from then.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good idea.
All right. All
Perfect.
kidding aside, I do actually have honorable mentions. How many honorable mentions did you have? Like 47?
27.
Yeah.
My honorable mentions list is in the 27 club.
73 of them? Gotcha.
27 Club.
It's 27 Club. I don't think we've hit the 27 Club yet in 1966. Right?
No.
No.
That doesn't those dominoes don't start to fall until 70.
Yeah. But oh no, wait. Brian Jones.
Oh, is he 27?
27?
Okay, it was 68 then.
I think he was 27 Club.
Oh.
Okay,
I think he
68.
is. Might have been the first.
Or 69.
First member.
69,
69,
sorry, 69. Don't need to comment. I know it's 69.
Yeah. Make sure to put in the comments about how Paul was wrong for 30 seconds. Anyway,
You were wrong for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I can't watch anymore.
Honorable mentions, if you can believe your eyes and ears, the Mamas and the Papas. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I would agree with what Paul said. There's definitely some moments of brilliance on the later Mamas and Papas records, but none of them come close to matching what they laid down on their debut.
Yeah. And even when it comes to the highs on the records, I mean, they're great singles on those later records, but Monday and,
Oh, I know.
and California Dreamin'?
I know. Yeah.
Beauty.
Parsley, Sage, Rosemary, and Thyme, Simon and Garfunkel. And that's it. I only have 2 honorable mentions. Now, onto my list. My number 10, the Walker Brothers with Portrait.
Ooh.
Yes.
I forgot about that.
Yes. Number 9, Four Tops with On Top.
On Top. Mm-hmm. The Four Tops on Top.
Four Tops.
Yeah, such a really clever name.
There's a lot of great album titles for the
Oh, the
Temptations.
60s are known for incredible
Yeah.
album titles, as we've mentioned before. Number 8, The Supremes. The Supremes A Go-Go.
What? Why would they do that?
Number 7, The Monkees with The Monkees.
Yeah.
My number 6, Smokey and the Miracles, Away We A Go-Go.
A lot of go-going going
Yeah.
on.
There was a lot of
Was
go-going
go-going
happening.
the craze for 66?
Well,
Or 65, 66, the go-go thing?
Go where you wanna a go-go.
Yeah.
Go where you wanna a go-go.
Go, do what you wanna do.
Poop.
Shit.
You wanna a doo-doo? Don't say shit.
Shit.
Oh, that's right.
That taste
Don't
of that
fucking say
soap.
shit.
That soap is yummy.
That's
So, number 5, Simon and Garfunkel, Sounds of Silence.
okay.
Number 4, Pet Sounds.
Number 4.
Number 4.
Number 4.
What?
Number 4.
Number 4?
I like Pet Sounds. I like Pet
Hey,
Sounds
you know what?
a lot.
That right there is something, because I was really honestly expecting it not even to be
No.
even listed.
I-
I thought you didn't like it at all.
I do like, no, it's Smile and all the iterations of them trying to reassemble Smile, I think is a waste of everyone's time. Pet Sounds, I think, is a good record. I don't think it actually lives up to the hype. I don't think it lives up to the decades of fucking breathless praise that it's received. I don't think it's that good. I think it's a good record. I think it needs to be at number 4. I don't think
Well, it's not a perfect record, that's
It's
for sure.
definitely not a perfect record. But,
Breathless Praise.
yeah, I think, you know.
That was my old stripper name.
Breathless
Breathless
Nice.
Praise.
That's a great stripper name.
That's good, right?
But yeah, so I don't know. I don't want to start a flame war in the comments section, but or maybe I do. I don't know. Comment and tell me why I'm an idiot. And Pet Sounds is actually the greatest thing since the invention of sliced bread and the knife that was used to slice it. So, but number 3, The Supremes. I Hear a Symphony. I think it's a better record,
Whenever you're near.
and I think even better than that, number 2, The Temptations. Getting Ready.
Oh, yeah.
My number 1.
Muppet head shake.
It's like Muppet Head
Wait a
Disappointment.
minute.
My number one for 1966. It's anticlimactic. Like, what else am I going to have at number one in 1966 other than Revolver?
Do the Freddy.
Come on.
Sorry.
Do the Freddy.
Oh, that was 65. Yeah, Revolver, of course.
Yeah, Revolver.
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious. It's almost like this. It's almost a disappointment for me to put that. It's like, there's no surprise here. It's just like, okay, Revolver, obviously. Moving on, next year.
Yeah. We're like in this little pocket where it's like, okay, right, got it, Beatles again.
Yeah.
Well,
but you can't really. But then when you look at it, you're like, but yeah, there's a reason.
Spoiler alert, it might happen in 67, and it might happen in 68, and it might happen in 69. But
maybe.
I mean, well, I don't know about 69 yet. We'll see about 69.
Ooh.
That's
crazy because I know you really like.
Because they're for 69. I mean, we're putting the cart ahead of the horse here, but there is an obvious choice for number one for 69. But there's something else that came out in 69. That's all I'm saying.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Obviously.
The 1910 Fruit Gum Company.
Yes.
Coming in at number one.
Hate you both.
Wear armor. If you put those albums above Abbey Road, do come to the shoot with wearing armor.
You're gonna have to hand in your keys.
You know what? Oh, look at that. Do I hear a commercial?
Want a lifesaver?
Yes.
Ever hear anyone say no to a lifesaver?
No!
Say, just a reminder to watch American Bandstand. It's the first dance party on television in America, the longest running, the one that we have a lot of fun with. You never know who's going to be stopping by. It's 1 full hour every Saturday over most of these same ABC television stations. So we'll see you every day on Action and on Saturdays on American Bandstand.
Well, Crystal.
It's my turn. I have the last word on 1966.
Don't squander it.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah.
Okay. I have two runners up. And that is The Mamas and the Papas. Mamas and the Papas. And Freak Out by the Mothers of Invention. Those are my two runners up. Because, as I said previously, you know, we're coming into a time period where there's a lot of really good stuff, and it's kind of hard to decide. And I didn't want to have a million things or 100 ties, like some people. But anyway, here's my list. Coming in hot at number 10 is I Got You, bum, 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 by James Brown. Na, 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 na. It's a burner. The end. Coming in at number 9, Atomic Jones by Tom Jones. Another another classic record, and I'm so happy because I'm going to see him in a couple of weeks at the Beacon.
Oh yeah, you get to go see him in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, at the Beacon Theater, and it's going to be hot. H-O-T-T-T, hot. Number 8, The Sounds of Silence by Simon and Garfunkel. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. My number 7, Hold On, dun, 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 I'm Coming by Sam and Dave. Hold on.
Oh, that's Sammy Dave.
Sammy
by
Dave.
Sammy Dave.
By Sammy Dave, no junior. By Sam and Dave. It's Sam and Dave. Horns, soul, funky.
Yeah.
You know, you can't go wrong. They were even good in that stupid movie with John Cusack. Do you remember that movie? John Cusack played this white kid who was so into Sam and Dave.
John Cusack played a white kid?
Yeah.
Wow. Since
well,
when?
it was a stretch.
Playing against type.
Yeah. And he got them to reunite and like take them on tour. It's a really weird, stupid movie, but they were great in it, Sam and Dave.
Well, I've gone on a little Sam and Dave Jag online, and found some performances. Like I think there's a midnight special performance, and it was like holy fucking
what the hell?
Shit.
Yeah, and they were old by
then.
Yeah,
they were past it at that point, and they were
still
smoking
crushed,
that stage.
Crush, yeah, they're so good. My number 6 is The Soul album by Otis Redding. Now, a lot of people just know Dock of the Bay, obviously, because that was a huge hit. And maybe they know Hard to Handle, and that's pretty much it. But you really need to listen to more Otis Redding, because he was really, really amazing. And just incredible. His voice, amazing, and dance, and there are old videos of him, too, that are really good. He was great. I think he's woefully underrated, Otis Redding, just because of that one fucking song that I've grown to hate, Dock of the Bay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can't take it anymore. And the whistling really makes me mad. You know, I gotta jump over the couch, turn it off.
Wow.
I can't
It's come to
take
this. It has come to this, has it?
Come to that,
Wow.
yeah, I can't take it.
Tramp.
Who you calling tramp?
What?
My number 5 is Pet Sounds by the Beach Boys.
Wait, isn't that where he
She's
had it?
got it even lower. I had it at number 4.
I got it at number 5.
All the shade you threw at me, why don't you throw some shade at her?
Yeah. Well, you know, thinking
There
about
it
what,
is.
You got some splaining to do.
Oh, splain, Crystal.
Oh, I'm gonna explain. Because when I get to number 1, you'll know why.
Okay.
Okay. But I
Number
feel
4 is Revolver, number 3 is Revolver, number 2 is
It's
Revolver.
Yeah.
No, I understand what you said about, like, oh my god, I'm so fucking sick of hearing about this record. It's not that, and then you listen to it and it's a letdown.
It
somewhat.
Because your
actually
expectations
is.
are really
Super high.
high going in. You
And
expect your life to be
points on it
changed
are
within a
incredible,
note.
though.
Yeah,
Like,
and-
there's incredible highs on it. Of
Yeah,
course.
it's great. And I felt the same way, because I think the first time I listened to it, I was in maybe 9th grade or 10th grade, 79, 80. And the older brother of one of my best friends, Lisa Roth, her older brother Andy, turned me on to it. And he's like, oh my God, you don't know about Pet Sounds? Oh my God. And I was like, ugh, I'm so sick of hearing about this fucking record. Like, what is the big deal? And he goes, listen to it. And then I took it home and I didn't listen to it for like 2 weeks. And then I finally, on one night, I was like, all right, let me listen to this goddamn thing. And I listened to it with headphones on, and I was just like, oh, now I get it.
Yeah, but you listened to it right away and got. See, it took me so many listens, because the first listen I just went, why is this? It just sounds like a Beach Boys record.
Yeah,
and that's the thing, because when you listen to it outside of the context of the period when it came out, it just sounds like a Beach Boys record, because we're after the fact, and that's just what the Beach Boys sound like. If you heard it back then, you had literally the Beatles and everybody else hearing this for the first time when it was new going, holy shit.
Yeah.
Because all the Beach Boys albums don't sound like that. I just didn't know that.
Well, the other thing for me is that I don't know their whole catalog inside and out like you guys do, because I'm a Beach Boys hits person. I can tell you all the hits, but I can't name all the side 1, side 2, or whatever. I had those records and I listened to them, but I just didn't. It was like, okay, this is good, but I just wasn't as like, oh, wow. But this thing blew my fucking mind. It was like the first time I listened to Led Zeppelin or something. Like, what the hell is going on? Just, like, what is going on? All the sounds and it was the production. I don't need to talk about it anymore. Okay, my number 4 is...
You want to turn them off to it.
Yeah. Don't listen to it. Never
Don't
mind.
listen to Pet Sounds.
It sucks.
Nothing to see here,
Nothing
people.
to see here.
Nothing
Just
to
move
see here.
along.
I know somebody's watching right now who thinks it sucks.
Yeah.
You know who you are.
You know who you are. Write it in the comments. My number 4 is Small Faces by The Small Faces. How about that?
Man, that is a great record. I know I had it really low on my honorable mentions, but it's a great
It's a really,
record.
really good record. That hits me where I live.
The opening track on that, now I have to say something about this record. Okay, when Kenny Jones joined The Who, he was replacing Keith Moon. And how the fuck are you going to replace Keith Moon? He goes in there and he decides the only way to replace Keith Moon is to not play like Keith Moon. I'm going to go the opposite direction and just play some straight drums and do my own thing and put my own stamp on these songs. The first time I put on that record, fucking Kenny Jones sounds like Keith Moon. Like, he can play like that. He chose not to.
Yeah.
He smokes on that record.
Completely.
Yeah.
Completely. And watch the video of Rod Stewart doing Losing You. You're like, that's the guy? What the hell happened on Face Dances? What was he doing? But I think that he had to be himself and not be Keith Moon when he
Right, yeah,
joined
no,
Who.
it was a conscious decision, because he knew he couldn't just do the same thing.
Yeah. and it would have been futile, and everybody would have hated him even more, I think.
That he couldn't have won. If he had done the Keith Moon thing,
Yeah.
people would be like, oh, he's trying to be Keith Moon. And then if he
Yeah.
doesn't do Keith Moon, then it's like, oh, well, he's not doing Keith Moon.
And also, a lot of people do not know the Small Faces, don't remember the faces or the Small Faces. And when he joined the band, all my friends were like, who the fuck is Kenny Jones? Who is this guy? How dare he? And I was like, what? How do you not know who Kenny Jones is? But, you know, they were dorks who didn't know music, so there's that. My number 3 is Revolver by the Beatles.
Look at this fucking guy. Look at him. Oh, what are you doing to him, Crystal? What are you doing?
You should know
whatever.
That's not going to be my number 1. You should
I can
know
take
this.
it.
It's
I kind of knew that,
1966.
actually.
You knew that.
I'm pretending to be surprised.
Yeah, he's a good actor. My number 2 is The Monkees by The Monkees.
Above Revolver, huh?
Yeah.
No, I'm not acting. No, I really love
He's
both his
cringing,
albums.
yeah. And my number 1 album, not singles, of 1966.
Well, you know we're doing singles. What is this?
What? Oh, fuck.
Actually, it's only this whole episode is just about monkey singles.
Oh, I
Yes.
messed it up again.
Yeah. Crystal.
Wah, wah. My number 1 album, not singles, is A Quick One by The Who. Because I
Because
said, it's The Who. They're my favorite rock
You know-
band. And and it's not just because they're my favorite. I really do. These are conscientious choices.
I really hated putting that album as a mere runner-up. I used to love it. I had to kind of really think about it. The highs on that record are so high. Run, 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 Boris the Spider. You don't like
Yeah.
Boris the Spider, do you?
I don't like it. No.
But I really love I Need You.
Yeah.
And Whiskey
Whiskey
Man.
Man, fuck.
I can't stand that studio version. But there are a lot of tracks on it that I don't think are that great. I don't think the studio version of A Quick One is good. See My Way is terrible. Most of Side 2, I think, is... Yeah, that's the thing. That album, for me, is a little rough because the highs are really high, but there's some really weak stuff in there,
There's
too.
weak stuff, but again, it's another thing of time and place. The first time I listened to it, my friend Karen Don Moyer, who turned me on to it, who was actually doing speed in junior high.
Well, there you
she
go.
was on uppers.
Purple Hearts.
1978, yeah. So she was a huge Who fan because her brother was a huge Who fan, and then they both turned me on to the Who. And,
Oh, wait, so is that the album that got you into The Who?
No, that's not the one that got me into them, but it's a part of that energy, that canon, like, yeah. So that's why. And
All right.
scene.
Okay. Well. Let's see what kind of groovy commercials we have going on here.
Suck it up.
Twister! Milton Bradley has a new one. It's a Twister. Gets you all twisted and tangled. It's a Twister. Spin the spinner and call the shop. Twister ties you up in a knot. That's Twister. Yeah, Twister.
Right foot blue.
Right foot blue.
Left hand red.
Left hand red.
Left.
Right.
Yellow.
Blue.
Green.
Yeah, Twister. You gotta play Twister in your stocking feet. Standing on this crazy colored sheet. That's Twister. Yeah, Twister. Who makes the best games in the world?
Bill Twister. I'm Twister Private. Oh.
You gotta get it. Get Twister.
From MB.
Hi, I'm Donna Lauren to tell you about an exciting new contest from Dr. Pepper. 2 big first prizes, 2 dazzling new Excalibur SS Roadsters. It's an $8,000 replica of the 1927 Mercedes-Benz SSK. 300 horsepower, automatic transmission, air horns, and other sporty accessories. It's Dr. Pepper's exciting new Treads, Threads, and Treasure contest. Remember, 2 Excaliburs, plus an authentic raccoon coat, and money! $200 a month for 12 full months! Plus over 1,500 other prizes, including color television sets, electric typewriters, and thousands in cash. Enter now! Pick up a carton or 2 of Dr. Pepper with official entry blanks. Enjoy Dr. Pepper, the distinctively different soft drink. And don't forget, Dr. Pepper's Treads, Threads, and Treasure. And hurry!
Okay, all right. Well, now it's time for our list of 1966 albums that suck ass.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're
have
hating
some lists?
already?
Oh yeah, we do.
Wait a minute. Who starts?
I think I
you
started
do.
this.
You
Yeah.
do.
I did. Okay.
It's a you.
It's a you.
Well, all right. Worst of the year. Okay, I have a few here. Okay. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 runners up. Again, I don't think I put these in order, so just the one that's at the top is going to be the worst of the year. They really just are all
shitty. Yeah.
So I have here we have Augusto Righetti and his Charlie's team with Canta ai Beatles in Italiano.
Wow.
Super lame and hokey Italian covers of Beatles songs, mostly the Rubber Soul album. Sounds like a cast of a TV show. But check this out. There are 3 copies on Discogs, prices ranging from $500 to $700. And there's a 2022 180-gram vinyl reissue of this. And I went and listened to it. I'm like, huh?
Who did that?
The fuck is this? I don't know. I don't even know who reissued it, but
wow.
I want to know who's going to buy an OG copy for $500 or $700. Give them my number because I have a bridge over here.
It's called Brooklyn.
All right. Okay, and then we have the new vaudeville band with Winchester Cathedral. I'm not into that at all. Not only do I not like that track, but then you go the whole
thing.
shtick.
Hate it.
See, like what I talked about before in the singles, doing something out of time does not work. Mm-hmm. Stinks.
Wayne Newton now. Just I don't like Wayne Newton. And then when he tries to get all hip and now, he can really go take a hike. But after that, we have Chris Montez with The More I See You. Okay, now Chris Montez. His first album, his first thing in 1963 was "Let's Dance," which is a great single, good record. He was good.
That's the guy.
But then he kind of descended into this this annoying soft breathy thing, time after time. I know that I'm so lucky to and then all of his shit just sounds like it's really obnoxious and it's really weird. I don't know what happened, why he went that way because he was almost he almost could have been grabbing the baton from Richie Valens.
Oh, yeah.
At first with Let's Dance.
Yeah.
And then he just
completely lost the plot.
Yeah, then he lost the plot, man. Jesus. But my worst of the year, Mae West. With Way Out West.
Oh,
do you guys know this record?
No.
Yes. I forgot about this.
Way Out West. It's Mae West doing modern covers. She does Day Tripper. She does When a Man Loves a Woman, Shaking All Over, Twist and Shout. She opens up with Treat 'em if you just treat 'em right, baby. Yes, and at this point, this is 66. She must have been 88.
If she was a day.
If she was a day.
Yeah.
And the cover is her standing there being Mae West, all in a painted on dress, with a Beatlesy looking beat group behind her with guitars.
Yeah.
Way Out West.
Like an electrified corpse.
Yeah.
Just rolled her up there on a cart. Just stand there, read those words.
Yeah, Way Out West by Mae West.
God, that's good.
Look it up.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. All right, over to me.
Over to you.
I did not even bother with any dishonorable mentions for 1966. I just have a single entry for my worst of the year. And that is Ballads of the Green Berets by Staff Sergeant Barry Sadler.
Yes, that should have been on my list.
It was 1966 after all.
That was massive.
That is a patriotic no boy.
Huge.
The highest order right there.
Yeah.
That was
it was enormous.
That
It
was
was
a
enormous.
gigantic record, yeah.
What a pile of shit. Complete waste of time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, I guess it's my turn.
It's over to you.
All right, so the third one is that Winchester Cathedral bullshit.
God, I hate that. No, fucking no.
Hate. And then my number 2 is Staff Sergeant Barry Sadler singing the Ballad of the Green Berets.
Yep.
Which is sad. But my number 1 sucky, crappy record, album, not single, from 1966 is Chet Atkins' picks on the Beatles.
Oh,
Not picks the Beatles or plays the Beatles, but picks on the Beatles. So, do you know who Chet Atkins is? You should. Because he did do some okay things. He's a country dude. And he was expert at finger picking. So he picked on the Beatles. That's all you need to know.
I didn't even look into that one.
Yeah, just listen to the first song. That's all you need. That's it.
Nah.
You won't even make it like you'll barely get through the first like 6 measures, and then you're like, yeah, that's enough.
Does he do A Hard Day's Night? Does he do the opening chord? Ooh, you'll find out.
You'll find out.
You'll find out.
Yeah, it's no good. Very bad.
All right. Well, there you go. Even 66 has some stinkers. Mm-hmm. And well, after these messages, we'll be right back.
Big shot pepper and mascot, flavor all the dog mascot, and that peppermint flavor hangs on, hangs on, hangs on to what it's got.
When Beechnut makes gum, the flavor hangs on.
Yeah, that Russian gushy flavor hangs on, hangs on, hangs on to what it's got.
Hang on to flavor.
By Beechnut, by gum.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming back for 1966.
Are we rid of the Chipmunks? I think.
Oh no!
Well,
last year?
I don't know, man. The Chipmunks, they still made albums into the 80s.
Yeah,
There's
that's
more
right.
shit coming.
I mean, there are some significant
Damn it.
Chipmunk releases later on, like late 70s,
yes.
early 80s.
That is true.
Yeah. Yeah. You
Well,
know
they
the
kind of
one.
vanished for a little while, I think. And
You
I
know
think
the
they
one
kind
we're,
of got.
we're referencing too.
Yeah.
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 Well, anyway, so stay tuned for that. I'm sure they'll come
Yeah.
up. But everybody, thank you for watching 1966. Thank you for watching all the ones before. And thank you for presumably watching the ones after this. Who knows? I mean, maybe you were just so disgusted by these guys' placements of pet sounds that maybe you know, kidding.
No bullshit.
Or
You
my,
wanna-
or yeah. I don't know.
You want to tune in next week because I will kick things off with 1967, and you want to get the truth of that year. You come to this guy right here.
Here we go.
Yep.
Which means,
He's gonna have the last word.
as it should
be.
be. And maybe I should get started on my runners-up for that year now. Anyway, well, whatever.
take you a
Subscribe,
week to
click the
list
little
them
bell, all that shit, and come back next week
Oh,
because
wait a
it's
minute.
1967.
Say click the bell.
Click the little bell.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Ah, there you go.
Or something like that.
Something like
yes,
that.
Yes, yeah. All right. See you next time.
Bye. No callus.
Without-
Chippy chappy.
Knocking
No
this
whammies, no callus, no
precariously.
callus.
Yeah, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Fall.
Okay, yeah. Be careful what you wish for. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Well, all right.